Hi guys! Today we are in the city of Porto in Portugal. There is the city where the walls of the houses are faced with painted tiles. My name is Tatiana Zappa. Let's go discover this town with me.
The city is located along the mouth of the Douro River, and the western part of its urban area stretches to the Atlantic Ocean. The historic city center is a National Monument of Portugal and declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Porto is known as the city of bridges. Bridges link the urban areas on the banks of the Douro River with the neighboring town of Vila Nova de Gaia. The most famous bridge, Ponte Dom Luís, was the first to be designed by Theophile Seyric, a former partner of the Eiffel. It is a double-arch metal bridge, and at the time of its construction, its span of 172 meters was the longest in the world. It was opened in 1886. Porto is famous for its port wine. It is one of the most famous export goods of Portugal and is named after this city. By the 13th century, wine produced in the Douro Valley was brought to Porto by barcos rebellos, flat-sailing ships. In the town, the wine was packed and ready to be shipped to any destination. In the 7th century, the Marquis of Pambel gained a monopoly of the production of port wine and control over almost all vineyards. As a result, small firms rebelled against the monopoly of the Marquis and burned down the buildings of his factory. The uprising was called Drunken Uprising. On the waterfront, you can see a line of flagpoles proudly displaying the brands of wines produced in Porto. The first line of buildings near the embankment is fully working for tourists. They house restaurants and cafes. On the waterfront you can take a ticket for 13 euros and take a boat ride on the Douro River to the Atlantic Ocean and back.
So, chaser, you turn me on, groove is your true nature, and it never gets hard enough for you. You've been enchanting this heart of mine for the longest time. Slow dancer, you stun me up with all your romancing, and it's making me weak like no one else, like there's no one else in the world. I'm under your spell, baby, this is our time. Dance for this jump.
The square near the Cathedral is famous not only for its grandiose views, but also for the pillar for shame established in the Middle Ages. The pillar is made in the Manueline style, represent the power of justice, and was used for punishment.
Porto Cathedral is a Roman Catholic church located in the historical center of the city. There are many disputes about the exact date of the construction of the cathedral. According to some documents, the church already mentioned in 1147.
The altar was made in 1729 in the Portuguese Baroque style. Outwardly, the cathedral has returned a Romanesque profile, and inside a mixture of styles. For example, the Gothic patio was later decorated with an azulejos ceramic panel in the Baroque style by the creator Valentin de Almeida in 1731. The inner courtyard on the side of the gallery on the second floor also has a uniquely beautiful ceramic panel. This is a very painstaking work of the master. First, the tiles are painted dry, a composite picture is created. Then the tiles are fired on the oven, and only then the tiles are attached to the wall in the correct order in accordance with the picture. Not far from the cathedral is the Porto San Bento train station. The interior decoration of the station contains ceramic panels created by Jorge Calasso, the famous azulejo painter. They depict historical events and life in the Middle Ages in Portugal. The Church of St. Francis was built in 1325 in the Gothic style. The style was called in Portugal the style of the beggars, and at first the church had only modest stone walls. The interior in the Baroque style, with its inherent gilding and many pretentious elements, appeared in the 18th century. The church got money when the wealthy Porto families chose the Franciscans as their pantheon. All decoration is made of wood with top gilding. Opposite the entrance to the church is the Museum of the Order of St. Francis. You will be shown perfectly preserved interiors and objects of the 15th century, but the most important thing is located in the basement. There is a cemetery in the basement. The house literally stands on the bones. Bodies are located in the walls and under the floor. They are all numbered and signed. The bodies are buried in the 18th and early 19th centuries. In one of the premises of the cemetery, glass installed in the floor, and you make another discovery. Under the basement floor are heaps of human bones. They are clearly visible through the glass in the floor. Apparently, only the rich people in the 18th century were buried in the coffins. The poor people were simply thrown down below the level. To be honest, it's very strange to see the cemetery in the basement of a house in the city center. On such a sentimental note, we run further into the city. This is the city's most popular shopping street, Santa Catalina. Be sure sure to visit Porto. Behind the scenes there are still many interesting buildings and fascinating roads.